And over the last several days, I've told you that what's taking place here is ultimately they want these families released. They want open borders. They want these families released where they know nearly 100% will not return for administrative hearings. They come into the country illegally, and then into the shadows they go. And so the Democrats are thinking long game, that 5 years, 10 years from now, as these kids are older, that they'll say, they're dreamers, we need another DACA, we need another amnesty, just one cycle after another after another. They don't want a wall, they don't want to secure the border. Even when we are able to capture individuals and detain them who come here illegally, they claim, well, we don't want them separated. Well, then what do? Well, then you put them together. Then you have a choice. You either deport them or you let them go. Well, you can't deport them, can you? And as I told you, and you'll see, and the backbenchers will regurgitate it tomorrow because that's what they're good at, what you'll see is this. They'll get in front of one of these Obama judges or one of these left-wing judges, and the judge will order it. The judge will find some conditions in some detention center that's unacceptable and say you have to release them. I'm telling you. The progressive mindset has devoured virtually every institution in this country. Virtually every institution in this country. So the president signs an executive order because Schumer said, we're not going to do any legislation here. You actually have the head of the Democrat Party in the Senate blocking any legislative effort. Because last time I checked, legislation comes from the legislature, Congress. Blocks it. They say the president can sign an executive order. Then their ethnic front groups, their left-wing groups, and the Democrat senators are all saying it now. This isn't enough. It's not going to work. One of the idiots from Hawaii just said this really does remind her of Japanese internment because now the whole family is in detention. What kind of a country puts a whole family in detention? That's their new argument. Right, Jake Tapper? Jake Tapper will give this voice because he's a demagogue, first and foremost. Going to put the whole family in detention now? Watch, listen, I know what I'm talking about. We got to go to court to straighten this out. We can't be a Japanese internment center here. No. And these detention centers are horrific. Horrific detention centers. It can't be Japanese internment. Can't put all families in detention. Can't deport them. So what's the answer? Well, the answer is release them. And then tens of thousands of more do the same thing because they have lawyers south of the border. They have the Mexican government south of the border telling them exactly how to play us. And we, the American people, we're stiffs. We sit here, we watch it, not a damn thing we can do. They take polls. Wow, 2/3 of the American people don't think a parent should be separated from their children. I don't think parents should be separated from their children. We're not talking about that. We're talking about enforcing the law. Somebody commits a crime in the United States, that adult goes to prison and their children don't. Some foreigner comes into this country illegally. Oh, no. We don't want to separate the families. They knowingly come here illegally. They know what the rules are. They don't care. They're advised not to care. The political pressure comes on. And I love these media reports. Pressure's growing on the president. Pressure's growing on the president. Isn't it amazing? They create the pressure. They are the pressure. And then they report on themselves as if it's not about them. Pressure's growing on the president. But don't worry, they're defending, you see, freedom of the press. Psst. What a rotten bunch of you-know-whats. What a rotten bunch of you-know-whats.